some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to venerable Bobby Dodd Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, home of the rambling wreck of Georgia Tech. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Duke Blue Devils, taking on the winners of 9 straight, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Blue Devils will kick it off to get us underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
Well, this is a quarterback who has outstanding running ability, and he's hoping the defense is going to give him an opportunity to tuck this football and get upfield, but there was nothing there. You saw him that time. Hold on to it, hold, hoping someone on defense was going to get out of position, but nobody did. Really nice job by the defense that time. Playing assignment football against the option, and everybody staying home.
They get him on the ground at the 36 after a pickup of 5.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, in second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
Trying to get the edge on the toss. Runs through a tackle. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Steps away. Bought a little time. Lets it go. Got him downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have any.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Looking left. It's complete. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. He's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Well, I know a big question coming into this one was how locked in was this offense going to be early? We've seen offenses throughout the season struggle with rhythm and execution early in games. Not a problem for this offense here. In this game, In this environment, all 11 guys locked in. Great job running, throwing. Execution was beautiful, and they're able to cap off the opening drive of the game with a nice run to get on the board for a touchdown.
On the run, it's Cobb. And they'll start the night with a rush and maybe get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Mahan. He's got him. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line getting set on 2nd down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat.
Well, the offense got themselves in a bad position to start, but a nice change up there, handing it off and getting a lot of the yardage back, David, now to set up 3rd and at least a little bit more manageable.
Yeah, and when it's 3rd and forever like that, I'm thinking pass. So great job slipping the run in there. Running back now putting them in a better position. But defensively, I still got them in 3rd and long, still in a good situation here.
And the Blue Devils have it with a 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Lewis. Inside the 30. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
The Blue Devils look to keep this drive humming. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. And the Blue Devils are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Got it looking for the 1st down. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Going for the marker on the ground. Gets it past the marker for a 1st down, and that's the way we will wrap up the 1st quarter. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. Right back to the well. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Blue Devils racing to the line in the hurry-up. To throw, it's Mahan. It's complete. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. And the Blue Devils started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make...
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Duke.
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now, and I'm using my athleticism, and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. He wants to take the top off. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
So now it's 2nd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Finds his man. It's Barres. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
From the gun. Give on the inside. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
The Yellow Jackets getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Flips it out on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Here's the pressure. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. And the Yellow Jackets headed quickly to the line. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense gets set for 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught over the middle. It's Hooks. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught, goes to the marker, it's Parker. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Might be calling a hot route. The Yellow Jackets had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Quick spin on the run. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Can't quite cross the frame to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. And the Yellow Jackets pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. A first down run on the doorstep. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
And this is an area of the field, man, who can be more physical. And you know I'm going to run the football a lot of times on these goal-to-go situations. First and goal. Can I...
And to the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the right side. Running to Green. Got the first down and more. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Blue Devils with the 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Mahan. Using the quick game. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, I have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Back's looking for the goal line. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Slams it ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
That is exactly how you want to end halves. Put a drive together, score the touchdown, a chance to tie this up, and take all the momentum into halftime.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not. much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking for room, it's Parker. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Yellow Jackets will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, back up inside their 20. Just a short pass to the tight end. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Give to the running back. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Needs it to keep this drive alive. Turns it on in midfield. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
You know, college football is so much about emotion and momentum and trying to find parts of games where you can grab it. How about going for it on 4th down on your own end of the field early like that, coming away with the first? That's huge.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
And the Blue Devils line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. He'll try to do it himself. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. The Blue Devils will line it up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Mahan. It's complete on the right side. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the 1st down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
And the Blue Devils are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Really nice job by the defense, understanding 1st and goal. What do most people do on 1st and goal? They're going to try to run the football in. The defense says, nah, bro, not in my house. Nice job getting in the backfield, getting the stop.
And the offense, they're just trying to be physical. They're trying to run this ball in down close to the goal line. The defense, though, they are having none of it.
Bringing the heat. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And with that, they've taken the lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The give to the back. Breaks into the open. Got the first down. Looking for more. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
And the Yellow Jackets, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Trying to turn the corner on the right. He's knocked down for a loss of 7. It seems so inviting to try to get the ball outside, but this defense is so fast, you just end up running sideways.
And when you don't have any misdirection or something else to look at before you pitch that ball on the perimeter, a lot of times those guys can play even faster. They can see it right now. Those safeties fly up, those corners fly up, outside backers fly up, and get in the play immediately.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. He'll try to take it back.
Man, it's really nice as a defense to force 3rd and long, where you can bring in the nickel, Jesse, and you can play zone coverage with those zone eyes on the quarterback.
Yeah, as a quarterback, too, you got to know with that extra DB out there, your timing better be good and you better be accurate, because if you're not, they've got ball hawks in the back end, and that errant throw gets picked.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. The toss sweep to the right. He goes out of bounds, and that'll take us to the start of the 4th quarter. Guys, time has expired here in the quarter, and Duke is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Lewis. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Duke. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And both sides of the ball late in the football game coming together. Defense forces the turnover. Offense punches it in. 2-possession lead in this 4th quarter.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. Charlotte fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough and could just find a way. They're trailing by 9 to UAB. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Quarterback making adjustments. To the air on first down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. The Yellow Jackets want to crank the tempo.
It's pretty amazing at this point of the game. They're still in a position to win. Not everything has gone right for them up to this point, but with a couple minutes left on the clock, if they can get a touchdown here, get a stop, and then get another score, they win. But they've got to start being aggressive and taking shots.
They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these first downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch, and in this case, even catching the football. It was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw, it's Mahan. Throws to the wideout. Just goes right through the wicket and brings up 3rd down. Man, he will be thinking about that one.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Makes the catch. At the 45 on his way. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
The option look. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Nice job by this defense playing assignment football. Somebody has to have the quarterback. Somebody has to have the pitch. And most importantly, when you get there, you got to get him on the ground. Nice job tackling by this defense.
Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Second down coming up. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now facing a 3rd and long. couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. The Blue Devils will line up to punt it away. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. They boot it away on fourth down. And the returner will be dragged down. This drive will open from the 15. They'll start this drive going to the air. Lets it fly. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an out.
Back to pass on second down.
These are the perfect situations you love to be in. Known passing situations. These are not where the offensive tackles want to be. And when you're on the edge and there's no threat of the run, pin your ears back, get the nice first down sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Makes the catch. It's Taylor. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on. Gonna take a shot at this DB. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got some room to run. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's a really good job by the defense. Understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Direct snap. They forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. Just had a solid pickup on first. Now let's see what they've got on second down. They'll try the run. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Yeah, and I think on that third down and short call, I honestly think that they thought it was going to be a fourth down situation. Now it's 4th and 2. I think this offense was ready for this opportunity, and I think they're going to go for it right here.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. From the gun, running back on the move. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. And the Yellow Jackets with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Leaves it with the running back. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. Got the first down and still on his feet. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw two really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, two really good teams, man. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect, Palmer.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. Two ranked opponents evenly matched. Who's going